Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. So is that your, wait a minute, you got how many devices in front of you?
I got 3.
Okay. Which devices? Go ahead and show them.
Okay, it's my PDA, my original PDA. And just to show you real quick, I mentioned this the other day. Inside is like a long-term
Yeah, it's good.
items.
Wait,
and then
what long-term items that you should be showing people?
Well, I don't care. Nothing in here, I don't care.
What's in there?
Stuff. And then
well, I'm just making sure you're not like showing passwords and codes and everything.
Nope. Then what I do is write on the outside. Then if I have something that's more long-term, this is where I use the post-it notes. Okay. So, and that's my original PDA, because I used to use a Franklin planner, which was this big bulky binder you had to always carry around. So I found this easier for me. And then that was what I call, what is it?
Palm Pilot?
BIS. That's before iStuff.
Oh.
So then I got my iPhone, and Chris mentioned my favorite app really is the one that comes with the phone, actually, is the mail. I like checking my email and staying on top of that, and I can answer people quicker. I have a couple games on here I really like. My big one is golf. I like the golf game. And there's a little shooting game. A lot of flying games. I got them on a little box by themselves. Oh, did someone... I thought I saw a question, well, what happens if I lose this? I go nuts. I don't like losing my pins either. But I got Evernote, and I do use the notepad that comes with it. I start using that to start replacing this. And to prove to you, this is my iPad, and I brought this because I got the best of both worlds now. So what I do is now I use my iPad.
God.
And I got sticky notes on my iPad.
You're doing it wrong.
Okay, you had a question?
Where's your PC? You also have a Windows PC.
I have a Windows PC, and it's downstairs. And I did that originally because when I did the research on Mac and PCs at the time, I think it's Parallels works where you can run both operating systems. But I don't think at the time when I was really researching it was there yet, or I wasn't aware of it. And so I went with the PC because it worked with the numbers better. At least I was told it worked with numbers better than the Mac did. And the Mac...
that's not exactly accurate, but...
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So that's what
Probably by a salesperson who didn't know any better.
Probably. And then I decided I wanted an iPhone, and I wanted something that was easy to work with.
Well, you didn't know you wanted an iPhone, actually.
Because originally I looked at a Droid, I forget what, HTC? Yeah, by Sprint. And I looked very hard at that because I've been with Sprint forever. And I've had the same phone number forever. I don't now because I gave that phone number to my wife, who she now has an iPhone too. And after she saw me with my iPhone, she decided to get one.
Now,
but originally I went with the iPhone just because the apps are just a little easier for me. It's a little easier for me to understand. The coverage was better. It had a better, at the time, it had a better reputation for stability and doing the things I wanted to do. And then I went down and got an iPhone, so I had to go with At&t, which service-wise, I like Sprint's coverage better than At&t where I live, because I used to do a lot of traveling, especially between Des Moines and Kansas City, Des Moines, Iowa, and Kansas City, Missouri. And Sprint's up and down the interstate, and no matter where I went, I was able to use Sprint even on the road. But I couldn't get an iPhone at the time without switching to At&t. And then a little while after I got the iPhone, then Sprint added iPhone, was able to sell iPhone. Had that been back then, I'd have probably stayed with Sprint, only because my wife and I were. Someone mentioned they knew their sweetheart 30-some years. I guess I've known mine 44 years at least. So I guess I'll have to get her some of those cupcakes. I'll have to look at the video and find out what. Oh, New York cupcakes.
So do you have any questions from the chat?
Let's see. Someone mentioned the HTC Evo, and I think that was the one at the time that they brought up. Yeah, the Siri. I originally I have an iPhone 4, and I guess the new one is not a 5. It's an i4S, and maybe the S is for Siri. But Siri kind of intrigues me. I'd kind of like to work with that. It'd be kind of neat, kind of the Captain Kirk thing, computer. You could talk to the iPhone and it could talk back to you. And it seems like you can ask it somewhat intelligible questions, or at least in most cases will answer question. It may not come up with the right question that it answers, but it does answer your question. And it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and so if you have any questions for Dad, leave a comment.
Yeah.
Or you got another one?
One real quick one.
Yeah.
And it was Chris easy to raise? Yeah, he was real small, so I was always able to lift him up and down very easily.
I got dropped a few times.
On his head, right? No, he was a very good kid.
But Dad's also a registered Nomi, so you can join us at nomis.com. And tomorrow, I think I want to ask the question in relation to you being afraid of using up your data plan on your phone. This will be a separate video tomorrow, so I'm just teasing that off for everybody to know. He'll be back. I don't know how regularly, but y'all seem to like him, so he's here to stay.
I like TurboTax. That's that question.
Oh.